Guys, it's Griff of the Four Horsemen. Today I'm going to bring you a debut of one of my newer decks. That is going to be Dark Magician. So, Dark Magician, it's a fun, good deck. May not be as good as some other decks, but it's a decent rogue deck, and I think it's cheap now. I don't know like what the price range of this deck is, but before it was ridiculously expensive. I don't know why. But, and being with us today for the camera guy is going to be King Dice.
What's up, guys?
So, let's get into it. As always, main deck first. So starting us off with the 3 Dark Magician.
Nice. One of each, like, separate versions.
Yep. You need 3 of him. Like, you need 3
Obviously.
of them.
Dark Magician.
You can't, it's like Blue Eyes, you can't run less than 3. So, yeah. Best deck, or best card in the deck, you need him for all your plays. So, 3. Pause it real quick.
That's fine.
It's okay.
No, where's the okay button? Oh, wait, I got it.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. My dog was acting stupid. So, next up on the cards is going to be 2 Magician of Dark Illusions. I recommend this card because it's just a really good card. I know some people prefer running 1 or none. I don't recommend none at all. At the very least, you want to run at least 1. But I prefer 2 because it can allow you to go into the rank 7s. So, yeah, overall, just good card. I can understand why people might want to run 1 because it can brick, but it's just a good card. I prefer it too. So,
cool.
Yeah. The next card, people are going to say I'm crazy because I only run 2 of. 2 Apprentice Illusion Magician.
So why only 2 of the Apprentice Illusion Editions? For those who, like, are like, wow, you're crazy. Like, why are you not running 3? It's so good.
Honestly, it bricks. Like, that sounds odd, but trust me, in playtesting, it bricks at 3.
Seeing, like, multiple in hand.
Yeah, because you don't want to see more than 1 in hand, and it just bricks. That's the main issue. Because you can't use it, it conflicts with some of the other cards in the deck, but it's still an amazing card.
Right.
So you want to run at least 2, and I actually finally got a second one. I was using a proxy for the longest time. So, yeah, 2. You can run 3 if you want. That's personal preference. Personally, I think 2 is fine because it can brick.
Cool.
And then one of my personal tech cards, 1 Dark Magician Girl.
Why? Oh, you're running the OG waifu of all Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Probably.
Alright, so why run the actual Dark Magician Girl?
Because Silent Burning Magic is fun.
Running the Silent Burning Magic in the deck?
Yes, it's basically, I'll get to it with the spells, but it's one of my favorite cards of Dark Magician. It's just a complete board wipe.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you can actually summon her with like Magician's Navigation and Dark Renewal, so she's not a complete brick.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do draw her, it sucks, but I mean, there's worse things to draw, and you can just discard for something.
Yeah.
So 1 Dark Magician Girl, and then the Searcher, 3 Magician's Rod. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
That gets you all your spells and traps that specifically was Dark Magician.
Yeah.
I wish it would get Itemized.
Yeah, the blue boy for the deck, blue boy.
Yes, I wish it would get Itemized, but that would probably be busted. So
that's exactly what Dark Magician means.
3. No Robe, because Robe sucks.
Okay.
Basically. Like, you can run it if you want, I don't like it. And then 1 Spellbook of Prophecy.
The actual blue boy.
Yes, the actual blue boy. You run the Spellbook engine in this deck because it's the best draw engine.
Yeah, did your spellcasters draw 2 cards?
Yep, and the fact that this and Secrets can search this, and this can search Secrets and Knowledge is just amazing.
Yeah.
You don't really want to run more than 1 of him. You can if you want. I just think 1 is the perfect number.
Yeah, because you don't want to, like, wait. You don't want to have your normal summon, like, have to be the blue boy.
You want Rod to be your normal summon.
Right.
So, 1 of him, he's just good. Next up, one of the bread and butter of the deck, 3 Circle. You do not run less than 3 of this card.
Yeah, gotta run 3 of this circle.
Some of the other cards you can argue you can run less than 3. I run less than 3 of some of the other cards. This one you want to run 3. This is your Searcher. This is your best spot removal because every time you summon Dark Magician, you just go Banish.
Yeah,
Banish,
it's like the Dark Magician's best pot of duality.
Yeah, this card is just amazing. I love this card. That's it. Next up for Said Itemized, we run 2. You don't want to run more than 2. This thing can brick. But you also want to draw it because the Dragon Knight is amazing.
Yeah, the fusions is too good.
Plus, you can actually use Dark Magician Girl with Itemized to go into Dark Magician Girl with Dragon Knight. But typically you want to go for one of the others. But this card is amazing. I love this card. I wish you could search it. It hurts that you can't search
yeah,
it.
if there was a searcher for this card, then there would definitely, like, you would only really need to run it.
You would only need to run it 1, maybe 2. I would still probably keep it at 2, but I wish this card could be searched, but it just can't, so you have to run it at multiples.
Yeah.
And I have found that the builds that don't run this card, or Dark Magician Dragon Knight, I just don't like them. They're way too non-protected.
Yeah, because comboing, like, the Eternal Soul with one of the fusions, like Dark Magician Dragon Knight.
Comboing Eternal Soul with this thing is busted.
It's so good.
The fact that Eternal Soul can bring back the Dark Magician Dragon Knight is awesome. Next up for your spellbook engine, Secrets and Knowledge. I am proxying the knowledges because I am poor. So I don't have the knowledges yet, but if you have them, definitely run them. Another engine that I might test that might work just as well is Hidden Armory and Wonder Wand.
Why do you think those?
Because Wonder Wand is essentially knowledge. It works the same way. And Hidden Armory allows you to search out for spell cards. So you would use the Hidden Armories instead of the Spellbook of Secrets, and you use the Wonder Wand instead of the knowledge. So it would basically work the same way.
Okay.
So you can test that if you want. I'm still preferring the proxy of these because this is obviously the better engine.
Right.
But if I ever like go to a tournament or something, I'll probably just do those because it works the same.
Yeah.
So yep, that's it for the spellbooks. Next up, 2-Pod Duality.
So why run the duality in a deck that like really needs to like hone in that?
Honestly,
like,
this is testing because you mainly summon Dark Magician on your opponent's turn. I haven't decided whether I want to run the Lure of Darkness instead of this. I might do that, but the duality has been working fine for me, except for when I draw Princess Illusion Magician.
Yeah, I mean the hard part about it, like Allure of Darkness, is definitely the cost. If you have to banish like that copy of Dark Magician or some other utility, like you really need all the monsters in your hand.
Yeah, so Allure of Darkness has its own drawbacks. You don't want to banish your cards, but duality you want to special summon. So it's a toss-up. I think that's purely personal preference. I've been fine with this card so far. You can also run a Chocolate Magician Girl as another draw card. I have run that before. I do like the card. That was Summoner Monk. It's a good engine. But duality, it's been working fine. I might cut this. I haven't decided. It just requires testing because there are times when this card's good, and then there's times when Allure would be better.
Yes, it allows you to like dig deeper to see the Eternal Soul.
And next up for the 1/0s of the Dark Magician spells, we got 1 Dark Magic Attack because it's awesome, 1 Dark Burning Magic, 1 Illusion Magic, and 1 Dark Magic Inheritance. This card you only need 1 of. Like, you can run 2 if you want, but you really only need to activate this once.
Yeah.
This card's probably the worst of all of them, but
you kind of like have to play it.
You have to play it. You don't like it, but you have to play it because it gets you your Dark Magician.
Right.
This card I actually really love. This card just says, if you control a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl, or cards with their original names,
destroy all cards.
So that can hit back row, that can hit their monsters. I just love this card.
Oh, it's so good.
It is completely situational. Because you need Dark Magician Girl.
100% situational,
yes,
yeah.
But there are plenty of ways to get Dark Magician Girl on the field. And Dark Magic Attack, because you can search your own Harpy's Feather Duster, which is amazing. So, yeah, that's it for the Dark Magician spells. And then the last 2, Upstart, Monster Reborn.
Staple. Upstart,
just 1 extra draw card, then Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn.
Yeah, 39 card deck.
Yep. God, I wish Upstart was back at like 2 or 3. Now onto the spells. 2 Eternal Soul.
You mean the traps?
2 Eternal Soul, thank you. You only need 2. Like, you can run 3 if you want. I found 2 is the perfect number because this card you want 2 of. The card is busted, but it draws your opponent's focus.
Yeah, it's the same with like the Illusion Magician. It's definitely good in the correct situation, but you don't want to see it in multiples.
Yeah. So this card I actually love. This card is like this in Dark Magical Circle is hilarious. But you want to run 2. You can run 3 if you want. I found 2 is perfect because you see it enough, plus you got plenty of searchers for it, but you don't see it. It doesn't clog as much. Because you can get that second one just for that extra backup, and I can see why people want that third one in case the other 2 get hit. But I think 2 is the perfect number. So
cool.
2 Eternal Soul. Next up, 2 Navigation. I might actually bump this up to 3. I haven't decided. This card's amazing.
I was about to say, this card is like one of the best. Like aside from Eternal Soul, definitely the best.
This card is amazing. This is one of your best ways to gain Dark Magician Girl out, along with Dark Renewal.
Oh, so I see a lot of people are like not playing Dark Renewal. How are you liking Dark Renewal?
Dark Renewal I like. It's disruption. It's basically another navigation, which might be easier than navigation because it can get deck or graveyard. It doesn't require Dark Magician in hand, and it can just get any Dark Spellcaster. So that's a way to get your Dark Magician Girl.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But it's a good disruption. It has its own faults. Same with navigation. You need Dark Magician in your hand for this one. This is the ratio I currently like. I might cut this and put third navigation, but this has been perfect for me so far. I was actually running this at 2. Don't run this at 2. It bricks. It bricks so hard.
It's definitely a good one-of situation.
But it's a good one-of, and navigation, just navigation.
Yeah.
You want navigation.
You gotta run the navigations.
You might want to run 3. Next up, 2 Torrential Tributes. Eternal Soul makes this card not hurt you at all.
Yeah, you just revive.
It does destroy your monsters on the field, but you can get them back. The only cards you actually care about, like, getting hit is maybe your, like, XZs or Fusions. But, I mean, Eternal Soul can bring back Dark Magician and Dragon Knight, so that's the only one. That's, like, 9 out of 10 times the one you go for when you use Itemize.
Right.
So, Torrential Tribute is just awesome. It's just funny. I love this card.
Yeah, good board webs. I think it's definitely going to get better as this meta develops.
Yeah, I love that this thing is at 3.
Really good at countering, like, those nightmare boards that, like, when they start to set up, go in second.
Yeah, because they don't see it coming, and then if you hit if you have Dark Magician on the field or in the grave, you just bring it back to Eternal Soul, and then the circle will activate, and you'll get another disruption.
Yeah, get another banish.
So 2 Quaking Mirror Forces. This is my personal card. You can use Stormy if you want, or these could literally be anything. I just prefer Quaking because Quaking's my favorite Mirror Force.
Yeah, it definitely like locks out a lot of the board.
Yeah. It's not that good against links, but it will hit all those other cards that aren't links.
Yeah, you can always like side it out game 2 too.
Yeah, you can side it out for whatever. I don't actually have a side deck for this deck yet. I'm working on that.
Yeah.
But definitely 2 Quaking. Quaking, I love this card. And this could be Stormy Mirror Force if you want. But Quaking's been working hilariously for me because no one sees it. And then, like, if you just flip 4 or 5 monsters up there face down, they're just like,
It's like really degenerate. But like but because of that, they don't see it coming, and it's too.
And then the last 2 cards, 1 Solemn Warning and 1 Judgment.
Awesome.
That's about it. You don't want to. You can run more countertraps in here if you want. I just prefer these 2. I only have 1 strike, and that's in another deck, so I don't run the strike in here. And I think if the best 2 traps in the game are at 1, you want to run them when you can. So.
Definitely counters the Waking the Dragon shenanigans.
Oh yeah. Plus, if they red reboot you, just flip Judgment and cry in corner.
Yeah.
Vice versa too. If someone judgments you, just red reboot.
Yeah.
So that is 40 straight cards, maybe 41. Next up for the extra deck, 1 Dark Magician and Dragon Knight. You only need 1.
This card is so good.
This card is amazing. I love this card. The only thing that would make it better is if it was a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Not a dragon.
Comboing this with Eternal Soul is like keeps this monster on board. And like I didn't realize because I was playing this on DN. This thing is 3,000 attack, which makes it so big.
This thing's big, and your opponent has a really hard time getting rid of this, especially since this can activate Dark Magical Circle.
Yeah.
So this card is amazing. I love this card. This is the main reason why you run Itemize. So you can bump this up to 2 if you want. I think 1 is just fine because you only really summon it once.
Yeah.
You only need 1 because you summon 1 and you just keep getting it back until like they beat it over or they banish it.
Yeah, because exactly. You have to like get rid of it once, but then Eternal Soul will bring it back, and you have to try and get rid of it a second time, and then hit the Eternal Soul. So it's like really difficult to try and break the lock.
Maybe Called by actually no, I don't think Called by Grave would affect this thing at all because you only run 1 of them.
Yeah, no.
So
I mean like. If I think Called by the Grave could hit if they change it to Eternal Soul.
I have to look that up. But overall, this card's amazing. I love this card. And then the other Itemized cards, Amulet Dragon for anyone going for those OTKs, Dark Paladin for all those dragon decks, aka Blue Eyes, and Dark Magician and Girl, the Dragon Knight for it's just a good card. You can probably take this out. But since I'm running Dark Magician Girl, I thought, why not throw this
Why not? Yeah.
It's just spot removal. It's just a good card. All these are pretty beefy, so yeah, that's it for the fusions. Moving on to the rest of the extra deck. So I will warn you guys, you can put anything in your extra deck. You hardly ever actually go into it except for Dragon Knight and the next card, Ebon Illusion Magician. I love this card.
How's this doing for you?
This card's so busted. You just get Dark Magician from the deck. You can spot banish when your normal spellcaster attacks. This is the XC monster I go for 9 out of 10 times. Because it's just amazing. If you have this and Circle on the field, that's 2 banishes you get.
That's so good.
It's just amazing. I love this card. Next up, the other one, Ebon High Magician. I don't go into this that whole often, I'll be completely honest.
He's definitely more like defensive.
Yeah, he's a good defensive card. He allows you to use traps from your hand, so that's funny. If you have a warning in your hand, you can just activate that.
Alright, Judgment, okay.
Yeah, that too, but I find the issue with it is they can, once you summon it, your opponent can kind of tell, okay, he's got some big trap in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be wary, but it's probably safer anyway because they can't Twin Twister it.
Right.
So this card's good. Plus when it's destroyed, you get Dark Magician. So he's good. You don't go into him all that often. You definitely don't want to run more than one. If anything, if you want to cut him, I would actually put a second Ebon.
Okay.
But this is a good ratio for me. I do like this card for what he does. And the next XCs, we got one big guy, because it's big guy.
Big guy.
If you can make it, you run it.
You run it.
One Red Eyes Flare, because it's just burn and stalling. One Draco Sack, it's just like a card. You can actually cut this. I just have it in here because space.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Classic sack.
Yeah, I don't have anything else currently that's better to run. So you want to run that? Personal favorite of mine, Odd Eyes Raging Dragon.
So how do you bust this out? Required like 2 level 7 dragons.
Those?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Never mind. I thought that was just generic, so that's my bad. I'll cut this.
Gotta cut it.
Yeah, so I'll cut this, guys. That's my bad reading the card. I thought it just said 2 level 7s.
Oh god, that card would be so good if it was just like.
Yeah, because that was how I was summoning.
I mean, like I don't know. Are these dragons level 7? Are these dragons level 7?
No.
No. Oh, that's
He's actually 8, which is funny.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
So yeah, definitely cut him. That's completely my bad, guys. Thanks for that. I totally thought it was 2 level 7s when I read it.
No.
So
it's all good.
That's my bad.
Strike that.
Yeah. Don't run him. Now I gotta come up with another card to go in. And then the last one, Tomahawk, for Link Spam.
Yeah, Link Spam.
Tomahawk is amazing. So that's okay. If you don't want to run Raging, run Tomahawk.
Yeah.
So he'll be good if the Dragon Rulers ever come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tomahawk. Now for the Link monsters. This is currently what I have: Cerberus, monster removal, Proxy Dragon. It's easy. Deco Talker, and
generic.
Another proxy because I can't afford Borolo. There's Saryuja.
Then you can like have this be like the Saryuja then. So like this would be like the Link lineup.
Yeah, then this would probably be the Saryuja or the Borolo. You might want to only run one or the other. However, I mean you have space in the extra deck, so just run like 2.
Yeah.
Oh, then you can actually probably cut this for the second Dark Magician and Dragon Knight.
That's true.
So basically it's just if you have a Borolo, so you should definitely run it. I just haven't decided which one I want. Also, I can't afford it. But money troubles, guys. Money troubles.
Money.
It's always money in this bit game.
It is tight.
You gotta wait for those Megatins.
Those Megatins are gonna be so good.
Yeah. Look out for a video about that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, definitely these can be anything. You can run Scapegoat in here if you want. I don't because I'm using them in something else.
Mm-hmm.
But so definitely you can run some links in here. You definitely got the space. Like total, I think out of like 5 duels I have done, I have summoned something from the extra deck, maybe like 4 out of those 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only like once, and it's typically either Ebon or Dark Magician Dragon Knight.
Yeah, like it's the extra deck isn't like hugely important.
Yeah. So, but you do want those options in there just in case.
Yeah, for those plays.
Because Big Eye is also another big one.
Yeah.
But stealing your opponent's monsters is fun.
Yeah.
So
sad part is it targets, so you can't like hit the ball alone. That'd be funny.
But you can hit the Saryuja. Or the Proxy Dragon or anything. So that is it, guys, for the Dark Magician deck. Let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions, especially for like that replacing that Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, because that's my bad again. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And